love these caps more than the steel. I know they're on. Half wrap handle, I'm sure I'll remedy that at some point. I hope these are captive nuts. Let's find out. I don't know how you can't like that. Chain tensioner is actually on the clutch cover on this. Nice chip deflector. Nice big chip deflector. Compression button, I'm a fan. Priming bulb, I'm a fan. Switch that I like. Up for choke, down for start, down for off. So basically once you're choked, it's just ready to start. I wish they would make a clear gas tank. You just get this little peekaboo hole there, but that's okay. Go ahead and get the stickers off of there. Take a peek, look at the air filter. This is the part on the Husky that I don't love. It's easier to get on, but you have to pretty much have the tool to get it off. It's interesting. Seems secure, like it's, oh yeah, that's got a nice seal there. Get some fuel in it and run it this weekend. Nice robust trigger. Yes, I don't love that. I think I like the chain tensioner on the saw rather than the clutch cover, but I'm sure I'll get used to it. I just can't see where the stud's at to line up the clutch cover. Chain tensioner is nice and smooth though. Probably a little too tight, but it's gonna stretch. These little bottles of oil are for 1 gallon of gas, and 5 liters translates to 1.32 gallons. I have to write my little cheat code on there. So I need a little bit more oil, or I should have a little bit more oil to this, but I'm gonna go ahead and dump 1 in. I'll add the fuel, I'll shake it up, and then I'll add a little more. One thing I wish Husky would do is just make a larger clear area on their tanks. They just give you this little peekaboo. I'm not gonna measure. I'm gonna say that it's good. First time fill it. Love the captured. This has been out for a long while, but man, that's so much nicer. Let's see if I can spill oil everywhere on a brand new saw. See how dark that is? Looks like motor oil. Old motor oil. Whoa, almost. That's definitely gonna spill. Saw's not christened until it has bar oil all over it, so let's go ahead and make a mess. Ooh, that was actually unnecessary. Let me wipe that up. These cans they work, but it's just so counterintuitive that you would want to hold a gas can upside down like this. But you can see it makes a nice seal, and it'll do the stopping for me. See? Let off. Lock. Those Swiss, they really are concerned about the environment. You gotta love them and sometimes hate them for that. But that's why you get a can like this, which is really nice. I mean, you do get a wedge. My only complaint about this spot for a wedge, my only complaint about this can is that it's a little bit awkward to get the scrunch out of there. And while it fits a 7/32 file really nicely, it does not fit a raker file. It'll sit in there, but when you turn it upside down, it'll fall out. So the way that I remedy that is just to stick a piece of cardboard down there, and then it has a tight enough fit that it doesn't fall out. So far, no trouble starting. I don't know what more you want, man. She rips. I don't need a bigger saw. There's still plenty of good firewood here. See, that'll burn. And it'll even get better as we go up. I get some of the outside of this sapwood off. I'll show you. They stay in the bed for a long time. Let's see. Pretty much getting past the pithy stuff. I mean, that's good wood. Not good lumber, but certainly good enough to burn. As my dad is always saying, anything will burn. Get her hot enough, throw her in there. All right, I gotta quit messing around here and get cutting. This isn't even a splitting axe. Ash splits pretty well too, so. See, that's all good firewood right there. If it's too punky, then I just leave it lay. Let the forest have its way with it. All right, let's go. So far, man, this is pretty much everything I could ask for in a saw. Big difference between my China saw and this, I can tell you that. Whoa, you guys went for a tumble. So first thoughts on the Husky 572 XP. I've run a 445. I've torture tested that saw for years now. It is my favorite firewood saw. I am the most comfortable with that saw. I love Husky's trigger system because it's up the choke, and then once it's choked, it's just pull all day long. You don't have to hit any other switch. And it's down to kill, which makes more sense to me than up, but I'm familiar with them both, so I don't mind that so much. I also prefer on the Huskies the caps, the screw in. We've all had the experience of thinking we've had those steel caps in and then oil spilling all over you or struggling to get it just right. So I prefer that. I don't like that the chain tensioner is on the clutch cover, because when you go to line up your bar, it's hard to see where that's at, but it's not a big deal. It's nice and smooth though. I am absolutely missing bigger dogs because it keeps your bar slightly away from the tree that you're felling, and then you can see the angle of your bar, so I can remedy that. But you definitely need that. That tiny little dog they give you, a dog, isn't going to cut it out of the box if you're doing any felling. If you're just doing firewood work, it's fine. I'm also missing the full wrap handle. I was not a full wrap guy. I'm an East Coaster, quite frankly, until I started watching the West Coast guys. I didn't even know full wraps were a thing. You just never see them on stock saws around here.
largely because guys back bar a lot around here and they're always boar cutting. But now that I've done a good bit of felling and I have that full wrap on my China saw, I just have to have it. It just feels more balanced and gives you more options. It is nice that it sits flat when you're filling it up, but the long bar kind of counter affects that anyway, so it's not such a big deal. I love the high revingness to a Husky. They're just really high revvers. They have a lot of torque as well, but man, do they just rev high. I'm gonna run the stock air and stock muffler for a while, but I'll probably swap those out too. I definitely got a lightweight bar coming, 24 inch. That seems about right for felling larger trees, but I love it, man. I'm a Husky fanboy, I think. So I do have a 500i coming from Ripsaw. God knows when. Those boys are way backed up. Good for them. But we'll set those up one of these days and give them the whole sort of West Coast treatment, and then do a little, I don't know, comparison, I guess. Whatever that would mean. Just out here on a beautiful Christmas day, splitting some wood. Hope you guys are having a Merry Christmas. 60 degrees here in Western Pennsylvania. This is not normal, but while I do love the snow, it's hard to complain about a blue sky, sunny day. So Merry Christmas, peace. I'll see you on the next one.